This is one of the reasons that I chose to involve myself with doing natural hair, because I love it when a client tells me that, they don't have, a curl pattern. Because I really like showing people what their hair can do, um, what their hair will do naturally. So what we have here is, so you see that there's not a whole lot of coils, but you do have coils. As you can see, you got coils. You got some damage too from these maybe heat, possibly, braids. But yeah, this is my cousin. Can't tell you which one. But yeah, so we're gonna just get started here. A lot of this is from color that I'm assuming she don't do no more. But uh I don't know. Do you do any color?
You don't see color in my hair?
Oh Lord. So with color, the color's also gonna change your hair. You know why? Because color dries your hair out. So, maybe we should stop coloring and just go on and rock that natural gray that's trying to peep through here. Because
I
one,
never color my gray. That's
gray
all I
is
got.
the absence of color. So it's really hard to cover your gray anyway, because that's why I went on and did it, because what was happening was just me wasting my money, because when I got home I ended up having to crayon and spray it or whatever because it was peeping through, because you can't color hair that don't have a color. You could change the color, but you can't make a color. So what gray is no color, so you can't, that's why people be struggling with their gray. Anyway, it also changes the texture. Color changes your texture. We're gonna see what we're working with. I'm gonna go ahead and do some probably some finger coils to create some coils for her, because as you can see, if you go down to her root, you'll see that she does have a curl pattern, and I haven't detangled it yet. I'm gonna come back when I do that, so that we can, kind of do this process together. This is my client's hair, freshly detangled. And as you can see here, if you just look at this, it will likely look like, and you might believe, that she has no coils, because she was believing that she had no curls. So, and once you comb your hair out, you could believe that. But you don't know what your hair is working with until you start sectioning it off, applying moisture, maybe a little oil. Then you'll actually be able to see. But wet, when you saw drenching wet, you saw what her hair was capable of. So I just detangled, and I'm going to be going on to the next steps. Okay, I just wanted to go in and show you what's happening here with just a rake through. I haven't even done any coils, um, any finger coils. So when people ask me, when they see my hair, they'll say, "Well, what did you do?" I say finger coils, but finger coils will enhance your coils if you want like tighter coils or whatever. But this is without me doing any coils. This is me just doing what they call the rake through method, and the rake through method is just basically pulling your product through, starting. Now I did do a little cream base, because again I'm using gel, and gel can be a little hardening, so I try to do a little cream base before. But what I'm seeing with her hair, she has low porosity hair, which means that it doesn't absorb creams really well. So I'm not going to do it on any other part. But this is me just pulling it through. I want y'all to see that. Just pulling it through. Just pulling it through. No coils. And I will do, like I said, a little finger coil here and there just to enhance it, but I don't have to. As you can see, this is just pulling it through. People just don't know what our hair will do, you know. And this is why I love doing this, because I love showing people what their hair will do. And they be like, oh, my hair won't do that. And it's like, okay, you'll see. But anyway, ain't that pretty and shiny?
Yeah, I'm fine. If F is for feeling overwhelmed and high is for I'm not alright. Yeah, I'm fine. If N is for not being able to sleep for every night. Yeah, I'm fine. Finally feeling the pressure of keeping my feelings inside. Yeah, I'm fine. Well, maybe I'm not, and I just need to tell someone I'm not alright.
Here I'm just using my Puff Cuff sprayer here, just mixed in some water with a little couple drops of oil in there, just to make sure the hair is fully saturated before I start putting product on it. Again, the moisture is what enhances your coils, and the product just defines them and holds the style for you. But that right there is what happens when water just hits it. So it just kind of tells you what pattern you're working with here. And then I'm going to apply my product, and I'm turning it around so that you can see. Yep, bam, that is Wetline Extreme, my new go-to, particularly for people. This would be considered like I guess 4C-ish. She really doesn't have the real density of 4C hair. It's not super duper dense, but it is kind of tight. She has the real tight coils. But as you can see, I'm raking it through. I'm just raking the product through just to make sure that I have all the strands are saturated. And then you can see, and that's what that gel does. It just kind of wraps itself around your coil to make sure that you're not getting any frizz, and then it's going to hold that coil in place for you. That's what it's going to do. It's not going to make one, but it will wrap itself around that coil. And then if you don't want it to be as tight, you'll rake it through in bigger sections. I did kind of smaller sections for her hair. So I wanted it to do a lift in the middle just so we can get some shape, but also to make sure that it remains shiny. And that's another thing that gel's going to do that the creams are not. So I will always have to use gel on her hair. So again, here we go. Look at that. Wow. Just pull the strand for you so you can see just how enhanced that is. Look at that. Yes. Coily, shiny. Just brilliant. All right, so as you can see here, I'm getting to the crown here and pretty much hit the final steps here. But we got straight parts. Heat damage, maybe from being in the braids. And I clipped a little bit. I'll just show you how much I cut off. Just a little bit, just the ends, just to make sure that we enhance the curls. But as you can see here, like that straight part. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to put some rods in, just because I don't believe my client here wants to lose any length. So I'm going to put some rods in the top, probably some flexi rods. That's just to like frame the front part of her face and the top part. We're going to just do rods in the top. So, and we'll come back after we come from up under the dryer for a few minutes, and then I'll go in, as you all know I like to do, with my concentrator, and then do the roots. But yeah, you can see those straight ends like that. I just want to show that. Just to show that the straight pieces here. Beautiful coils we got going on here. This is from up under the dryer, so I'm gonna just go in with my concentrator on my blow dryer and dry those roots and lift and stretch a little bit, because that's what the concentrator does. But they're locked in, these coils are, and so we can get a little movement, because again, we didn't do this just to have a curly helmet. So and then you see my little rods are still in there, and that's gonna be in there until I take them loose. I'm probably not gonna take it in again. That was just for the ends, because as you can see, this definition here is not planned. We did not come to play with Rhonda with a twist, showing you what your hair can do naturally. Ain't that beautiful? Now, if it wasn't for this being my big cousin and I'm still a little bit afraid of her, I would have cut them straight parts off. But because it would have been a whole haircut, because basically the top would have needed to come off, period. And then we would have had to, make this look right. So this would have had to been lower also. So maybe next time she'll let me just go in and do what I do. Because, she a licensed cosmetologist. Maybe she could help me and just show me how to do a taper cut. Can you show me how to do a taper cut?
Uh-uh.
Anyway, so I just want to show that. Then I'll come back in after I diffuse and put a little oil on there, and I'm gonna just go in and hit the corners here with a edger a little bit. All right.
Simply beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, when you get right down to it. Oh, simply beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, when you get right down to it. Oh, simply beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, when you get right down to it. Oh, simply beautiful. Yeah, beautiful. Yeah, when you get right down to it.